Jackson again gets his third touchdown of the game.
The question was somebody tackle Joe Jackson? Obviously
no.
not, because he continues to score another touchdown.
ABC, as easy as Simmons.
Great catch, spinning around. Utah just kept coming back. Give them credit. They're staying in this game, even though it didn't look good late.
Gentlemen, can they get the stop defensively? The answer, yes.
Big stop right here. Tibbs makes a nice catch, but the defense razor tight.
I think they should have ran it.
So, guys, game on the line.
There's still time
Good tackle there.
for K-State to make a play.
Utah trailed in this game for 34 minutes and 56 seconds.
Big time run right there. Devin Dampier put the ball in your best player's hands. He has 2 rushing touchdowns.
The way this game is gone, though, you're thinking whoever had the ball last was going to win.
That's right. And, well, Avery Johnson said, no. Picked off. Utah, fourth game scoring 50-plus points, tying 2010 and 2004. What a comeback to keep the season alive.
Shoot, man, we battled all game. Adversity definitely hit us. It's probably the most we've ever had it. And I love the way we responded. We fought to the end. And, man, just for Lander on senior night to clinch that moment like that, a huge moment for him, but a huge moment for these seniors to go out with a W at Rice-Eccles Stadium.
Everyone on the sideline never stopped believing. You know, nobody threw in the towel. They had that belief, that unwavering belief that you need to have there, and they continue to persevere. So that's as good a picture as I can paint.
In all due respect to that game, there were some marquee games. The biggest implications for the CFP Saturday, Georgia Tech, Oklahoma losses would be devastating for its chances, while USC and Oregon, almost a de facto play-in game in the Big Ten. So let us begin with that de facto play-in game between USC and Oregon. Should be a Pac-12 game, but I don't have the time to get on my soapbox about how USC ruined it for everybody and started the realignment for the Big Ten. Anyway, Dante Moore to Kenyon Sadiq. He was back. Ducks go up 14-7.
Sadiq, a mismatch problem, especially down inside the tight red right there. Excellent find by Dante Moore.
All right, first play, second quarter. Jaden Mayava, lateral to Makai Lemon, who throws it to Taduk Hines. Look at this.
How about Hines had 6 catches, 141 yards. This touchdown going up the gate. He's only 6 feet tall. He looks much taller on this play. Goes up, gets it, spins around, and puts the ball in the end zone. Amazing play.
6-7 on that play. Trojans' next possession. Malik Benson.
Ouch.
They have to punt to him. And this is an absolute killer at this stage of the game. 85 yards to the house.
Yeah, this was huge, especially you're at home. If you can steal points by getting it on special teams or on defense, that's going to be big for the Ducks.
So 21-14 at that point. Same score. Bryce Betcher, direct snap for the senior on senior day.
You know, Oregon's going to throw a lot of different formations at you. Linebacker score touchdown.
28-14 at that point. Now 28-21 after a USC score. Look at Sadiq with this grab.
Well, you know where Moore's going to go with the football. When they get inside the red zone, you got to find Sadiq. Mismatch problem.
35-21. Fourth quarter now. USC trying to come back. Mayava to Lake McCree. He gets into the end zone. USC went for 2, fails 35-27.
Yeah, didn't make it. Not sure why they went for 2, but they did. They didn't get it. Sort of gives back some of the momentum.
But how big was Kenyon Sadiq back for Oregon on Saturday?
He was huge. Again, he's an outlet as a tight end. Whenever you get deep in the down, you can throw him a screen, you can throw him a seam down the field. He's going to make you right as a quarterback and got the athleticism.
Yeah.
Good
If
break.
your tight end can do that, that is absolutely frightening. Oregon's 4th straight win against USC, tying its longest winning streak against the Trojans. Chances to reach the playoff with the win jumped to 97%.
We're going to go find some opportunities for some great growth coming out of this game, some stuff that we can really improve, but I love the group that I get to coach, man. Complete focus the entire game. These guys attacked every second of it. Really proud of how they performed, ready to go get better.
Okay, another one of those big playoff games. Georgia Tech, it's this simple, gentlemen. You beat Pitt, you're in the ACC Championship. However, true freshman Mason Heitzel and Pitt, they were up 28-0 in a blink.
And Pitt got off to the kind of start that Notre Dame got off to last week against Pitt. Pitt came out on fire.
That was the largest lead against a ranked team in the last 20 years for H2P, but Haynes King comes back.
Yeah, again, down 28. You've got to start finding some way to score points before the end of the first
You guys
half.
got the sense if they just got in rhythm, Joey, they could get back into the game.
Yeah, the back half of the second quarter, they get it to 28-14, and it really felt like, okay, Georgia Tech's game.
And here we go. They're threatening to make it 28-21, and this was the backbreaker by Braylon Lovelace, 100-yard pick six.
Yeah, this is what a Pitt Coach Narduzzi defense does. They fire you with pressure, and then they force you to make a bad decision. Huge play by Lovelace.
That was a 14-point swing when Georgia Tech could least afford it. Fourth quarter now, 1st and goal. Georgia Tech still in the fight here. Jamal Haynes makes 35-21.
It just seems like it's too big of a deficit for an offense like Georgia Tech. Now they got to throw the ball. They got to go downfield. It's just really not what they do.
Now, this was unbelievable.
Wild call right here. And I get it because you're trying to put them away, but still not timely. Just punt it and make them drive.
Yeah, but one problem, you didn't put them away,
Correct.
and you gave Georgia Tech some life, now 35-28. So what do they do with it? Pit the ball after a one-score game, and then Jakarian Turner puts it away.
And Turner, 201 yards rushing on 21 carries, and this was the nail in the coffin.
What an absolute huge performance out of Pittsburgh on the road. Boy, are they alive in the ACC.
Well, they hung in there. Maybe it's hard on the road to get a victory. That's a good football team. That's a 9-1 football team. Our guys played their tails off all day long. Defense was on the field a long time in the second half. You know, my hat goes off to these guys. They did an incredible job.
All right, credit to Pitt and Pat, Coach Narduzzi, and they came out and gave it to us for sure. We didn't play well enough to win, and that's what happens. You spot a team 28 points.
You can tell that hurt.
Oh,
Boy, did that hurt.
You can hear the hurt in his voice. Guys, it's about time to start talking about Oklahoma's resume with what they've done in 87 yards.
Yeah, when Mateer gets time in the pocket, he's able to be accurate right there on the face mask to Satania in phase, take off and run.
Joey, Mateer's kind of an interesting fellow to watch play quarterback.
He really is, and he's probably been better with his feet than he's been with his arm since he came back from the thumb injury. He had 18 carries for 60 yards in this game.
You know, when you're relying on the defense, you can just do this, score 14 points, feel pretty good 14-3.
Yeah, and this is big right here. You get up, you're at home, you put some pressure on Mizzou's offense.
And that aforementioned defense for Brent Venables and the Sioux has been a game changer.
Yeah, they got 2 interceptions in this game. They also blocked a field goal, just like they did last week against Alabama.
So 17-6 after the turnover, sacks, interceptions. The Sooners were harassing.
Yeah,
today.
again, the Sooners wreaking havoc on the quarterbacks out there. 4 sacks on the day.
And what did I say? An FBS high 5 wins against ranked opponents this season. Gentlemen, 5 ranked wins for the Sooners. Start taking them seriously. They get Mizzou 17-6.
Again, I told the team we were 8-2 last week, we're 9-2 this week. And nobody has took care of the ball, +2 again. We're +10 the last 3 games. And or 10 turnovers the last 3 games, and that's how you got to go win. And we had 2 takeaways the first 6 games, and then 10 in our last 5 games. So
is he a Heisman front runner?
Gotta be.
He should be. You guys don't give him enough respect.
70 points, the most in the poll era, 1936.
He deserves more love.
I agree.
No pun intended.
Oh, you guys are always hooked on.
I think he deserves a helmet sticker. How about that?
You guys you lock on the quarterbacks. It's for the most outstanding player in college football, which this year, Bear Bachmeier, true freshman, has been really good. This is a big one in the Big 12, BYU up 7-0. Then Brendan Sorsby connects with Cyrus Allen. We're tied at 7.
And Sorsby threw for 300 yards in this game and a couple of touchdowns. It's hanging around. It felt like it's BYU's game, but Cincinnati's hanging in there.
7-7 at that point. Cincinnati trailing at the half, 10-7. But late in this game, however, Cincinnati still in it. Bearcats down just 20-14 after the Jeff Caldwell touchdown.
Yep, never too late for a touchdown, trying to get themselves back in the game, down 6.
But this is how you put it away. Big run.
BYU is a team, 265 yards rushing.
Big 12 championship. It appears it could be a rematch of BYU and Texas Tech. Now to Miami, who's probably in the business of style points in this one, as James Franklin was looking on. Carson Beck to Elijah Lofton for the touchdown.
Yeah, Beck had an extremely clean day, 320 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, and the best stat, 0 interceptions.
And then how about Mark Fletcher out of the backfield?
So it's interesting. Miami got up 20-3, really looking like they were going to run away with this game.
20-10 at this point. Back to Gerard Pringle. I bet you can't eat just one. Back 324 TDs, Miami up 27-10.
Excellent play call there in the red zone. Found them in man-to-man. Linebacker couldn't get over the top.
But again, Miami's having trouble putting teams away.
Yeah, and Tech is hanging around in this game, and they're making it a game late in the 4th.
And then the onside kick, right? So it's 27-17. They recover it.
Oh, boy.
And you're like, no, wait, like what is going on? But then Akeem Mesidor and this Miami defense played really, really well. They get the sack. They get the win on the road. This is their first win outside the state of Florida, gentlemen. 34-17 the final Miami gets another win, not as dominant as it probably looked like it was going to be, but it's a win on the road, 34-17. So another team we're keeping an eye on. With the theme here, guys, there's a lot of teams that could end up 10-2 that are just on the outside of the top 12 right now. One of them, Diego Pavia and Vandy on senior day, and he put on a show.
Yeah, Trey Richardson, 6 catches, 169 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Vandy, I mean, just absolutely rolling up 38-3.
Yeah, Pavia really put himself in that Heisman conversation. He had 6 total touchdowns on the day.
Just keep it going on the air, on the ground, whatever he wanted to do, Joe.
Yeah, if you're looking for style points, Vandy came out and did their job in this game. They have Tennessee to finish the season.
How about 6 total touchdowns for Pavia? Another team that could be in the conversation is Texas because they have Texas A&M to end it. It's very slim.
Yep.
It could be there. And you know it was there on Saturday, the offense and Arch Manning.
Absolutely. Arch Manning found a lot of time in the pocket today. Great job moving up, pushing that football down the field.
The 52 points tied for his second most against an SEC opponent in school history.
His catch, though.
Okay, athletic.
That play works every single time on the goal.
What's that? The Philly special, whatever we call it. More. I mean, this wide open.
Wide open.
Oh, check that. Parker Livingston.
Livingston had 2 catches for 104 yards.
The offense, man, look, 24-20 at this point. Manning again, he had a big day.
Yeah, he really did. He ran the football well. He threw the football well. Offensive line gave him a lot of opportunities.
They're rolling out to his left, throwing across. I mean,
this one right through the defender's hands. That's when it's your day.
Yep. That's DeAndre
right through the hands.
He was just having. It looked like he was finally having fun playing football.
Yeah, he really did. He looked free, and just seemed like as the game was going, he got better. And then obviously receivers uncovering in the scramble drill. That's more catching it, walking in for a
6
touchdown.
total TDs Saturday, most of the game in his career. Also became the first Texas quarterback in program history with a passing, rushing, and receiving touchdown. By the way, that's a program that's had Vince Young and some of the greats. Arch played his best ball as Longhorns into their huge game against Texas A&M, perhaps getting some confidence they need. So kind of the theme here, we showed you at the beginning of the show and then in that block, focusing on guys 7-8, Oregon, Oklahoma, Utah, Miami, Vanderbilt. These are all teams, and BYU at 11. These are all teams in the top 15 of the rankings that had big wins on Saturday, with probably needing some things to go to help them out a little bit. But Joey, in that cluster, who do you believe helped themselves most on Saturday and why?
I was thinking sort of Notre Dame at the beginning of this, just simply because when you're talking eye test, they went out 70-7, beating a team that Miami played and beat them 38-10. So there's that. But Oregon, so much conversation. Oregon's sitting at number 7, and everyone's talking about their resume. Who have they beat? Which ranked wins do they have? Well, they started the downfall of Penn State, but Penn State's lost 6 in a row after Oregon beat them. So Oregon needed this win against USC to sort of solidify why they deserve to be in that top 10. The way they looked against USC, no problem on Tuesday night when the committee ranks Oregon at number 7. They have a huge win at home against a USC team that was hot. I believe in Oregon now.
Yeah, and everything above them is going to stay the same, so they're going to stay there at 7.
Absolutely.
Right. I'll say Utah, fellas. One, they're going to be behind BYU because BYU has the win that's head-to-head, but ultimately they find a way to win at home. Kansas State, the defense has been really good. The offense at times has been struggling, but ultimately you can put up over 600 yards of offense. That's a big deal, almost 600 yards of offense totally in this game. So finding a way, especially this late in the season, survive for one more week, keep yourself in the hunt.
And if you look at those playoff rankings, 11 and 12, they're going to be out right now because you're going to have the ACC champ slotted in there and the group of 5 champs slotted in there. So they need stuff to happen ahead of them. And
yeah, well, look, they executed the offense. Y'all made fun of me earlier this afternoon, but I tell you what, I've played in games like this
Sanford's
late
1
in the
in
season.
10.
It don't matter. You still got to go and execute.
So
they didn't execute it in the first half against South Carolina.
What's the other option? Sanford's 1 in 10. You
still got to make the play.
They were going to execute in their uniform.
Georgia executed also.
Against Charlotte.
Yeah, same thing.
Because Charlotte is good.
Bo Walker, touchdown.
What is Georgia going to do to Georgia Tech next week?
After Georgia Tech coming off the loss?
Tech will be pissed off, though. Let's see.